Okay, our central topic today is relationships. Okay, so how we're going to have it is there are various things inside relationships. So we're going to have relationships as our main topic. Okay, that's going to be like our season, and then we're going to have episodes inside it. So today's episode is energy, where we're going to talk about energy. What exactly is energy? Okay, what exactly are relationships and how are they related to relationships? When I'm giving you energy, right, and you're giving me energy, we are in a relationship. If I'm just giving you energy, that's not a relationship. That is just you eating my energy away, okay, or me giving energy to you for no reason. So if I'm talking in this video, if I'm saying something and you're listening to me, we are in a relationship. Similarly, when you have strong enough relationships in your life, right, then you're giving each other a certain amount of energy, and if there's a continuous flow, that's how you keep an energy available. That's how you keep a relationship intact. What exactly is energy? It's attention, time, money, love, emotions, okay, among other things. So everything that you're giving to somebody else, right, is kind of energy. Now, how do we understand energies? How do we understand when to exit the room? How do we understand when to say no to somebody? How do we get it when to say yes, or when this relationship is going bad and never coming back? So we have to understand a simple it's called the energy room. This is an energy room, right? And the maximum that energy room can take is 10, right? It can take 10 units of energy. If two people are there in this relationship, each one should be giving each other 5, right? 5 units of energy to each other. That means equal amount of love, attention, money, whatever. Okay, they go out, they eat, they enjoy. So it's about 10, right? Now, most real relationships are not like that. Most real relationships could be 6-4 or 7-3 or 2-8, right? If 8 is one person is giving 8 and the other is giving 2 back, right? One person is dominant and the other is slightly submissive, right? Similarly, 7-3, if the one person is dominant, 7 he's giving more, and she's probably giving 3. 6-4 is more like most relationships in couples work, where one is slightly dominant and other is slightly submissive. So this is how real relationships work. Now what happens is, when this relationship goes from 10 to 7 and 7, that is 14, okay, this is an overheated room. Okay, that means they are giving each other too much energy, right? That is not sustainable. You cannot sustain this kind of energy because the room gets overheated. Too much energy, there's no space. It's like both of you are talking to each other all the time. It doesn't make, no one's going to understand anything, right? Similarly, on the other hand, this is overheat, okay, and this is under when 4, okay, if both are giving each other 4 units of energy, there is a gap of 2 over here. This is an excess of 4, this is a gap of 2. This is what we call awkwardness, okay. Now, if this total becomes 20, suppose, okay, where both are giving each other 10, when they're giving too much energy, when there's too much flow of energy, they would come to hit each other. They could be aggressive all the time. They could be angry with each other all the time, right? So this is where, say, a couple fights, and this is post-fight, where they are withdrawing a little bit, not talking to each other, giving each other a little space to come back to the normal flow of energy. This is how any basic relationship in your life works. This also works in groups. Okay, we will talk about groups in the next video. But basically, you have to understand how much energy each relationship. And if someone is being too dominant, right, you have to push back, and take your space. Otherwise, no one will give you space. No one likes to give space. No one understands what space is. You have to take your space. Only then will we come to this. If you are always submissive, then you will always be taken advantage of, right? And when there's a fight, when you see a fight brewing, when you see a 14 coming, right, then you must withdraw a little bit, let it cool down. Sometimes you must have that fight and then let the awkwardness come. So very simple: overheat, awkwardness, flow. Okay, this is what we call flow. So all our lives, we are trying to keep a certain flow. Like we are trying to keep the flow of money, we're trying to keep the flow of relationships, love, whatever. All this time, attention, we are trying to manage it, right? So we are trying to keep a flow, but we don't succeed. And a normal relationship looks something like this, okay? This is where up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is across time, where a normal. This is 10, let's call this 10, okay? It comes to 14, it goes down to 6, okay? There's constant up and down that's happening in a normal relationship. But the average should always try and be 10. That is where you're calling it a healthy relationship. You cannot always have it 10. Otherwise, it's a dead relationship. There are two robots in the relationship. But as human beings, We're going up, down, and trying to keep an average at 10. The moment your average is 12, there's constant stress. The moment your average is 8, there is constant awkwardness. So it is best to leave such a relationship if you cannot sort it out. Best is 10, try and do that with all your relationships.